Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Millennial Smark, and I'm back at it again with more cancer and cringe. You may be asking yourself, because you're a retard, Devontae, what is this cancer you speak of? What is this cringe you speak of? Well, that, my boy, would be the year 2024. But in reality, also, that'd be the beginning of the video that you just seen. So you're probably asking yourself, what's the context behind this, Devontae? Nothing really. Just a professional wrestler being a heel. Playing into the character, because he's a wrestler who's playing a heel because he's a character. Well, that does not work in the land of social media. See, that's my fault for forgetting to delete Twitter. And now I'm obsessed with the cringe. I need the cringe. The cringe is the greatest thing of all time. And I just can't turn my head away from all the cancer and cringe. So, the amount of people who are butthurt over MJF doing what he did right there, which was, be a heel, it's remarkable. I swear these people, all they care about is just the fucking wrestling as a whole. They don't want anything going out of the context of the wrestling. And honestly, like I said beforehand, it's not just going out of the context of the wrestling that they care about, because they don't necessarily care about that. Anything to grandstand on an issue to make themselves look better, feel better, seem better, they're gonna do it. And they ain't gonna give a fuck if you or anyone else cares, even if you are the person, the victim, the so-called victim, who necessarily is feeling affected by all this. Dude, I gotta read you some of these posts. This is crazy. Now, mind you, again, you seen the video, no different than I seen the video, right? No different. Check some of these posts. Just bear with me with the cringe. Check out some of these posts. This guy said, I'm not going to read any of their names because I really don't want to put them out. Well, I wish I could, but here. This guy said, Undertaker knows when to stop being the dead man. Mick Foley knows when to stop being Mankind. Hunter knows when it's time to stop being Triple H. Rikishi knows when it's time to stop being the BBL King. What? Okay, MJF needs to learn when to stop being a dickhead. Mind you, this is that's at that video. That's at that video. Oh, but we got more. It gets better. Hang on. Find another one. This guy says, what's he say? I understand keeping kayfabe, but MJF is wildin'. Then you don't understand keeping kayfabe if that's what you're jumping to. If you understood kayfabe, you know how you react to it. I remember, who was it? Bo Buchanan's son. I remember Brooks Jensen. I reacted to him, right? I thought it was real too, brother. And you know what happened? I laughed at myself when I recognized it was kayfabe. You understand that it's kayfabe and you go, but he wildin', good. Damn, son, he wildin', son. Ooh, let's read some more. Hang on. I found another one. Ooh, this one might be a good one. This guy has a whole fucking thread dedicated. Oh, this guy, he said, for those that will say he's in character, you're meeting a fan, act like an adult. What the hell? Stupid ass laptop shit. Hold up. Sorry, goddamn laptop kept acting up. But continuing on, let's see. This guy, he says he could have easily just refused to take a picture with the title, but dropping it like that, child. This person responds to the guy, I'd have to disagree here. That's one of the best things about him is he never breaks character. If the people were really offended about it, I'm sure he would apologize though. And this guy responds with, this loser, him just refusing to take a picture with it would have been in character. Dropping it like that was unnecessary and childish. You getting upset over a heel staying in character is even more unnecessary and childish. And this guy's legitimately going back. Hold up. This guy says, literally, bitch, shut up. Oh, what is this, bro? Oh, girl, the way, this is not even a girl. Oh, yeah, okay, I guess it's a girl probably. Girl, the way this gave me secondhand anger. And then they respond with, like, I would have been pissed in capital letters if he dropped my title like that. That's so rude. People, bro, this is such cancer. This is cancer. Oh my God. This person says, he's not a good person outside of his character regardless. And this person responds with exactly why he hides behind that, and I quote, always in character BS. Bro, this person is just the epitome of absolute unadulterated fucking cringe. Can we find one more? I feel like we can find one more. Hang on. Hang on. Well, this is underneath the person's heading. Bro should go to Auschwitz for, oh God, no. Oh God. Okay, we're not gonna read the rest of that post, okay? I'm not, yo, YouTube overlords, okay? You heard the first word, Auschwitz, okay? Just saying. This is in context. This has nothing to do with me. I'm not gonna read that post. What is wrong with you people? This man, oh God, no. And then the worst part about it is you have the knuckleheads who think that what MJF did was the worst thing in the world, even though he's absolutely in character. But then you have the other knuckle dragging fuckheads out there who are saying, yeah, MJF, stick it to the Fed, because he threw the WWE title on the floor, right? And then they're just like, yeah, MJF, let's stick it to the Fed, man. You stick it to the Fed, bro. Stick it to the Fed, bro. But you want to hear something even more fucking funny and hilarious? Here, check this video out directly afterwards.
Yeah, see, that'll be MJF.
Action figure on the floor. Also, you know, because the fan, he owned the action figure, and you know, he figured I'll get heat by throwing his action figure on the floor, because you know that's the purpose of getting heat, is by making the person that you're watching hate you without, you know, actually breaking the thing that they owned, or at the very least not doing harm, irreparable harm, to something super valuable, because that's professional. But this is what I mean, bro. This is what I mean. Whenever I talk about professional wrestling, or whenever you talk about professional wrestling fans, these are the people who are dictating how professional wrestling should be going forward. People who can't even figure out a person is staying in character. And mind you, I get it. It's nothing wrong with getting worked. I get work all the fucking time, right? Most of the time. It's not all the time, but I'll say most of the time, though. But it's to understand that when you get worked, right, and then you recognize it's a work, then that's good. You understand it's a work, and then you keep going on. You have people who will say things like, well, I mean, he's working, but at the same time, he should probably not do that still because it's a bad thing. Like, no, you understand, you get work. That's the fun. That's the magic. Whenever I get work, I think it's fun, honestly. It's like Christmas, and like for a split second, you know, thinking to yourself that Santa Claus is real, right? And then you're brought back down to reality when you recognize that you're 32 years old and you got to stop wearing the pajamas, and you got to stop leaving out milk and cookies for Santa Claus, okay? Because then your girl eats it, and then you ask, did he really come? And, you know, she says yes, and then, you know, you do it every year until, long story. My point being is, though, look, okay, folks, professional wrestling is dying right now. It's struggling. We need more stuff like this, and to consistently go out of your way to virtue signal and grandstand on issues just for the simple fact that you yourself want professional wrestling cultivated in a specific way, which we know what that is. It's the in-ring stuff, yada, yada, yada this, yada, yada, yada that, and then to pretend as if you go outside of that vicinity in order to get some kind of heat or traction for a wrestling company or for a wrestler in itself, that, well, and mind you, this is my main problem with stuff like this, honestly, too. To pretend as if you're actually offended. Stop doing that. You're not offended. You're not offended. Again, you're just doing it for likes, but you doing it for likes, it has a cost. The cost is my entertainment. The cost is everybody else's entertainment. So whenever someone goes out of their way, they go outside the bubble to be a little bit more entertaining than usual. It's going to be people who are going to go to them, the higher upper echelon people who are going to go to them and tell them, hey, maybe not do that, because what you're currently doing at the moment, some dipshit is going to take it seriously and get overly offended over it. And it's funny because you would think that if you, like, for an example, I can understand casual fans being angry over this, right? Because they're casual wrestling fans. They don't know 2 + 2 = 4. They don't know, the little tricks and crannies and all that shit within professional wrestling. So, of course, they're going to take it seriously because they don't know what the hell is real and what the hell is fake. And even they know at this point that most wrestling is fake. But for you to actually be a smart fan, right? And for you, and look, again, everybody's going to get worked once in a while. That's not the problem. The problem is understanding it's a work and still going out of your way to get upset about it, because in the end of the day, what the person is doing, how they're portraying themselves, is not who they are in real life. That's why I keep saying over and over again, whenever I get upset and I hear people say that we can't do certain things in professional wrestling, like, for an example, you have a storyline that is about racism. Or for an example, you have a storyline that is about some political commentary. Or for an example, you talk about something like, white supremacy or black supremacy or anything along the lines of that. The LGBT stuff, if you wanted to mess around with the Nyla Rose stuff and transgender stuff. I don't understand why we can't go within that area and explore it and have storylines based off of it, right? Especially if you paint it in a way where the contention is, in the end of the day, that your political expenditure of whatever kind ends up being the babyface in all of this, and they end up going over. Isn't that pretty much what a movie is? Isn't that pretty much what a TV show is? Isn't that what Broadway is? Isn't that what music is? And isn't professional wrestling, for all intents and purposes, just an extrapolation of all that, right? You pick out something and then you use it in order to grow whatever aspect of the business or character that you're trying to portray in front of people at that point in time, given the relevance of whatever it happens to do with the culture in itself. Like, I always kind of thought that was the main thing, but for some reason we keep taking professional wrestling and putting it like completely separate as a whole, as a genre. Like, it could be a subgenre, but it is still music, right? It is still attached to whatever genre it is. Just because it's a guitar and bass and drums and singing doesn't automatically have to mean that it has to be R&B music, right? It can be punk rock. It can be alternative rock. It can be metal. It can be jazz. Just because it happens to have the same instruments doesn't mean necessarily you have to play the same exact music. And I see wrestling fans pretend all the time as if professional wrestling isn't like every bit of entertainment or every bit of the exact same type of entertainment that other platforms and other mediums they typically use in order to engage with an audience, in order to entertain them. That's the whole purpose. But like I said, it's morons like these, and let me say this for the third time, it's not the aspect of being worked. If, quite frankly, I wish I got work more often. I wish everybody got work more often so people can actually invest within the actual program in itself, and maybe that'll make professional wrestling just a tad bit more funner, right? To engage with it in a manner where you're actually emotionally invested is being worked. Whether you understand what's going on is real or fake doesn't matter. If you engage and you relate to it on an emotional manner, that's one way of being worked. When you watch a movie, right, and you get into the movie, or if you're watching a television show, especially if it's episodic, right, if you're watching it on Netflix or something, and you're very heavily invested into whatever characters, you're being worked. But the best part about being worked is it can happen two ways. Either A, you leave and you continue being worked and you keep thinking that what you've seen and what you watched is absolutely real, right? Or you were worked for that time frame, and then when you turned off the television, you talked about it amongst your friends in regards to, yeah, man, that was so awesome and I love that character and all that other kind of stuff. But for that time frame, you were actually worked. Why can't we use that mindset overall? And it's not as if we don't have the capacity to do it. Look at all these retards right here reacting to MJF. Right, look at all these retards reacting to MJF. We can and we should go back to that type of mentality, to be perfectly honest with you. Not in this degree, because again, these people, for the most part, are actually legitimately angry, almost to the extent that it sounds like they're kind of calling out MJF, or God forbid, actually trying to cancel him. I want to go that far, but my point being is maybe not to that degree in regards to the reaction in itself, or maybe it should be, but you know, we can't do that with social media around, because obviously people take advantage of that and then they use that narrative and then contort it and misconstrued and misinterpreted, and then in the future when someone talks about MJF, they use this as a reference point when in reality it's completely out of context to whatever they're trying to put across. You guys already know this. You watch the news, you've been on social media and on the internet all your life, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. But yeah, I just really wanted to discuss this because I see this and I'm saying to myself, like, bruh, once again, wrestling can and it will work if we actually just go out of our way to just let it happen. But then at the same time, you have people where it's like, well, you just let it happen, and then they take advantage of the situation, and you know, they're so retarded, they're too retarded for their own good. But then at the same time, you kind of want that attitude, but then at the same time, God, they're just so retarded, they make it super duper insufferable. I don't know. I found this and I just thought to myself, let's highlight this, okay? Let's talk about this and let's have a bit of a healthy engagement. Actually, matter of fact, we can further this conversation if you want to, okay? We can spin this and we can talk about and make fun of all the retards who thought MJF was real, okay? That's fine. I personally can't do that. I mean, I can and I probably will, but I at least have to highlight, you know, there are times when I get worked. So at the same time, bit of a hypocrite here, but I don't give a fuck. But then at the same time, though, we can have a little bit of a deeper conversation in regards to all this and reference as to why kayfabe should make a return. It can make a return and it should make a return. I said should twice. If only you actually make the product more relatable. Once again, there's two ways to be worked. You can be worked in the little kid sense when you think professional wrestling is 24/7, or you can be worked in that time frame when you're lost into the character. That's the problem with professional wrestling nowadays. No one gets lost into the character because you're too busy and too worried about what's going on in their personal lives. I mean, I have to do it because it's a YouTube channel. But you, why are you doing it? Shut the fuck up. Actually, no, keep doing it, because without you, I probably wouldn't be around. Actually, ignore everything that I just said right there, okay? You're a lovely person. Please, continue being invasive within professional wrestlers' lives. But do it only in my channel. And then when you leave this channel, like I said, with the work, you know, you watch the wrestling and you're worked in that time frame, be invested into their lives. And then when you leave this channel, you leave this video, then stop being a fucking loser, okay? And you go get a life for yourself and get invested in it. All right, I'm rambling on right now. As always, my name is Millennial Schmark, and I'll be catching you guys later. Remember, do not harass the people that I talk about in this video. That's why I don't mention their names, or at least I don't try to. Only harass them when I tell you to. Don't do that either. Deuces, P. Eyes.